Happy New Year! It's the first episode of 2023, so it's time to tell you what our favorite and least favorite things were from last year. I'm Chad.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Rachel.
You're locked into episode 89 of We Used to Talk About This at Work. All right. Happy New Year, guys. How are y'all feeling?
I feel bad.
I see. It looks like you got into some sort of fight, Matt.
I did with a headache, and it's kicking my ass.
I can tell. How about you, Rachel?
I'm doing all right.
Okay.
Got to get some time off work.
Okay, you the small victories, right?
Yes.
All right. So this year, just similar to last year, we're gonna say our favorite and least favorite things of the year in all of media. So not just TV and movies, but like books and video games and what have you. I'm going to add timestamps to each number. I just want you guys to know that I fucking hate adding timestamps, but I'm gonna do it since this is gonna be a lot of content. Also, a little game that I would like to play with you guys, because no one knows what's gonna be on anybody's list. So I want everybody to guess how many total duplicates we're going to have. This is our 1 through 10 plus honorable mentions. And so we're not doing Price is Right shit where somebody can bet $1 and all this bullshit. So like I feel like to make it fair, you can have a margin of error of 2 slots going forward. So you can't overshoot it. So let's say we have like 7 duplicates, right? And Rachel says 5 and Matt says 3 and I say 4, right? Rachel would get it because it's 2 above. But if it were 8, we all lose. And we'll figure out a prize at some point.
And this is for all 3 of us, right? It can't
Right.
be just 2 people.
Right. How many total duplicates?
All right, then I got to take it down some. I already had a number ready. I got to figure. I know certain ones for me and you. Rachel's the wild card of this situation. So, okay.
And
Rachel, would you
also,
like to go first?
So I just want to put out there. So we're doing 10 top and bottoms, which is so we're picking 20 things per person. So that's 60 things plus 3 honorable mentions each. So that is 69 slots. Okay, I'll go first. I think that we're going to have 6 duplicates.
That's what I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
You can say 5 or 7. And so I'm saying 6. And so I have a margin of error of 2. So if it's 6, 7, or 8, I win.
Rachel, I'm worried about. I don't know. She might pick like a musical or something on this shit, and it's gonna throw me off. I go with 5.
I'm gonna go with
I said it
7.
back. Damn it! I was about to say I'm about to go to 7. No, you can go to 7. I'll stick with 5 then.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were gonna take it back.
All right, here we go. So Rachel, why don't you open up? Your number 10, and this is in no particular order for all of us. Your number 10 favorite and least favorite thing of 2022.
Okay, so my number 10 least favorite in no particular order is Blockbuster, the TV show on Netflix. I felt like they could have done a lot better job with it. Like there were some nostalgic aspects and there were some funny parts, but they could have done better. And my top 10 best, I have Mad Honey, which is a book that I read by Jodi Picoult and Jennifer Finney Boylan. And it was really good.
All right. I wasn't expecting anybody else to do something like a book. Okay, I see you. Matt? Well, actually, hold up.
All right.
Hold up. What was Mad Honey about?
So this girl dies in this small town, and her ex-boyfriend is like a suspect in the case. And so it goes through this court case, but we also get flashes back in time. And so it's kind of like unraveling their relationship and then other people's relationships and the court case. And
Sounds
then
like it's doing a lot.
yeah, it was doing a lot, but it was really good. Like, I think I read it over a week, but within that week, only like a couple days. It was really hard to put down.
Okay. All right, Matt.
All right. No particular order. Best or top. Prey. That is the prequel to Predator.
Yeah, I guess technically it's the first one, huh?
Yeah. So that's in my top. And then my bottom is Firestarter.
Oh yeah, I remember you. Something happened and you weren't on that episode, but you did watch it. You want to elaborate a little bit?
No, the less say about that, the better. But Prey was awesome. Let's go with the good stuff. Prey was amazing. Prequel to Predator, to where Native American, indigenous people during that time, Predator shows up, chaos ensures. I forget the actress's name off the top of my head now. I did know that before. Amazing actress, and just great shit all the way through.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna be opening up with a positive. It is Paper Girl season 1. I'm sad to say that it was canceled by Amazon, but it's a show where 4 girls in the 80s, they time travel in the future, and they run into their future selves, and they have to reckon with like what they thought their lives would be, or not that at all. Like, a lot of the times as kids, we have these, these grand thoughts of like what we're going to be when we grow up. But then the harsh realities of it are like, you didn't get to leave your hometown. You're still in your hometown and you hate your life. Great acting, good story. I intend to read the comic books just to get closure on it.
Mm-hmm.
And my number 10 bottom is Ambulance directed by Michael Bay. If this movie came out at the latest in like 2015, we would have ate that up. But in a like post, we aren't 100% on board with the police like propaganda world. Like that movie was just not appropriate to come out in the year 2022.
Okay.
All right, Rachel.
All right. So my next worst is Deep Water, which is a movie with Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas. And
I remember seeing that.
you remember this movie?
I do. Yeah. You saw it too, right, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I saw it.
I mean, hey, Rachel, Ana de Armas got naked. I mean, but what movie doesn't she, right?
Exactly.
And my next best is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the TV show. So it was about Captain Pike being head of the starship, captain of the Starship Enterprise, before Captain Kirk comes on board. And we have some familiar characters in there, but it's a whole new cast. And I thought it was really good. I looked forward to the episodes coming out.
Of course, if you've listened to this podcast in the last 6-7 months, you know I always raved about this. Of course, Abbott Elementary.
Season 1 or season 2?
It'll be season 2. But yes, all of Abbott Elementary is amazing. I thought it might fall off a little bit on season 2, but nah, it's still amazing. And then my bottom will be Halo, the TV show. Started off first 2 episodes, but once he took his helmet off, it was Gomi from there. So yes, do not bother watching that.
All right, so my number 9 top is Severance season 1 from Apple TV Plus. Did that not come out this year?
No, it did, but I thought you told me you liked it.
I said top.
Yeah, top.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking bottom. I was like, hold on, you said you liked that.
Well, first of all, I'm a liar. Oh no. I really liked it. Just like the concept of like you can divide your consciousness between your work self and your at-home self, and just like you don't know what is going on at work or at home. Like it's 2 halves, and it's just like the work conditions aren't great at the job and all that stuff. It's just, I don't know, it's just so, and there was just so many like profound things that were, little speeches, and I really cannot wait for season 2 to come out and later this year. I believe it's later this year. And my number 9 bottom, we have our first duplicate, Halo season 1. Yeah, man, this show was just, as Matt would love to say, it was Gomi. It was just like, I'm not even coming at this from like a show purist perspective, because like the last Halo game I played was Halo 4, and that was 10 years ago. But it's just like, okay, if you're going to do a science fiction TV show, you can't have special effects in every episode, right? So there's going to be episodes where there's like talking and dialogue, and that writing needs to be on fucking point. If, this is something that you're going to have to rely on, and like the writing was just not good. So please don't, if you have the option, don't watch the show. Just leave it alone. Just walk away. Walk away.
Noted. All right, so my next worst of 2022 is Fresh, the movie, with Sebastian Stan, and I forget the main actress.
She said worst.
Oh, worst. I'm sorry.
Worst.
It was Daisy Edgar Jones.
There we go.
If I remember correctly, she was Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah, and I think she was in something else this year too that I'm blanking on. But yeah, I did not care for that movie. Parts of it were interesting, but overall it was like, I think I gave it 2 stars out of 5. It didn't end the best. And my next top best of 2022 is See How They Run, the movie with Saoirse Ronan and who else?
I'm looking at that man's face in my brain. He was in Iron Man 2. He was Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I don't remember his name.
But anyway, it was a really fun movie. I like the murder mystery. And I liked how Saoirse Ronan's character was really enthusiastic. I thought it was like a fun take on a murder mystery. It was a good watch.
I'm super annoyed that that on IMDb they listed the credits in order of appearance instead of like the starring. So I had to like click on the thing and then scroll before I could see Sam Rockwell's name.
Oh, Sam Rockwell. There we
All right. And my number 8 top, Peacemaker, the TV show. Peacemaker from Suicide Squad, John Cena. I like the comedy, the action. It was great. And then my bottom will be The Bubble. Netflix show, basically creating a movie while in the pandemic, and it was just corny comedy stuff to where it's not entertaining.
No, I'm with you on that because it's like I was with it like 100% until like at one point like somebody's fingers get shot off.
Got
and
shot
it's-
off, yeah.
I-
Then it
at-
just jumped the shark from there.
Right. From that moment forward, the movie just like torpedoed.
Yeah, it was really good until that one point, and then it kind of went downhill.
Yeah. All right. So my number 8 is Stranger Things. Sorry, my number 8 top is Stranger Things 4 Part 1. And my number 8 bottom is Stranger Things 4 Part 2. So like part 1, I think it was like 6 episodes or something like that, but they were like really long. I was just like 100% all in. Like from the ending of the first episode, the gang was like, okay, stranger things are happening. We're going to work together as one unit and we're going to investigate this and get to the bottom of this. And I was like, yes. And it just hit the ground running from episode 2 on forward. And then we had to wait a couple weeks for the rest of the season. And like those episodes just felt like you really felt the time. It felt like they were stalling for time. Like the resolutions were just kind of dumb. And it's just like I was not feeling part 2 at all. I really feel like they kind of dropped the ball. They went from like an excellent season of TV to like, what the fuck was that?
That's unfortunate that they were so successful with one part and not with the other.
I mean, a lot of people can start a story, but you know, most can't finish it. Most cannot stick that landing.
I was thinking, is it like an Atlanta thing where one group wrote the first part and another group wrote the second part?
You referencing the TV show?
Yeah, you know how like each person directs, like they have different people direct each episode.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah. All right, number 7.
All right. So my number 7 worst was Spin Me Round. It had like a seemingly good cast, but it kind of lost me towards the end, like middle to end, where it was trying to do all these different kinds of things. And then my top best is Vengeance, which we talked about on this podcast.
Those Vengeance?
That's the one with BJ Novak. The dude says, "Hey man, your girlfriend died."
The pot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My best. This is where Letterboxd comes in handy because I totally forgot this movie or this TV show happened. And then I went back and I saw Letterboxd. I was like, oh yeah, I love that show. The Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Right. That's what good. That's where it's good to have Letterbox. Lincoln Lawyer was basically about a lawyer who travels in his Lincoln Town car, and he basically does lawyer stuff throughout the stuff. He's
Lawyer
working
stuff.
on this big case. But yeah, I forgot about that one until I saw Letterbox. I was like, oh yes, I love that show.
That was a good show.
And then in my worst, here's a first one for me, Blockbuster.
Ooh.
It's like you said before about how Ambulance, where if it would have came out on a different time, it feels like it was made in like early 2000s type of comedy and a laugh track and everything else like that. But we not here for those kind of jokes and stuff like that.
Oh, so your mic switched.
Oh, can you hear me?
No, we could hear you the whole time. It's just
It's not as good as the other mic.
Right.
you good?
Should be working now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you good. All right. So my number 7 top is Andor. It was just like a nice ball of tenseness of like 12 episodes of like good Star Wars television. And like is like nothing else we've seen in the Star Wars universe. It was excellent. I cannot wait for the second and final season in 2024. My number 7 least favorite, Obi-Wan. I feel like they really dropped the ball and it was a big disappointment. Like they were trying to do too much and not enough at the same time. And honestly, it should have been a TV show. Sorry, it should have been a movie and not a TV show because it felt like they stretched out a movie plot and just added some stuff. Like the show opens with like Obi-Wan having to rescue a character and he rescues them. And then 2 episodes later, they get kidnapped again and they have to go somewhere else to rescue them. And it's just like, that's a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. So my next top worst is Senior Year. It was a movie on Netflix, I believe, with Rebel Wilson.
I thought you liked that movie.
No, I mean, usually I really like those kinds of movies, but to me, it could have been really good, and then it just wasn't anything new. Like the jokes weren't that great. I thought the storyline could have been way better. Like it was a unique idea, and then, well, I thought it was a cool idea, and then I felt like they dropped the ball on some of the comedy and where they took the story. And then my next top best is Only Murders in the Building season 2, the TV show on Hulu.
Am I the only person that didn't finish that?
No, I didn't finish it either.
Okay.
It was really good. You should finish it.
At some point.
Yeah, I like the first season.
Yeah, same.
Okay, my next top is The Outfit. It's on Amazon Prime. It is basically about a, what do you call
Taylor?
himself?
A Taylor?
No, he called himself something else. But basically, he's a tailor where things happen with gangs and he has to hide things. It is very well done. The thriller of it's good. The acting's amazing. It's just a great movie. And then my next worst is Me Time, starring Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg.
You watched that?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I like Mark Wahlberg in like a comedy thing, like, Daddy's Home and stuff. And,
But Kevin Hart was there.
Exactly. But I thought it might overwhelm that. And no, it did not.
Kevin Hart is like a force of nature. Like it's gonna turn into a Kevin Hart movie. It don't matter how little you think Kevin Hart's gonna be in that movie. He's gonna take it over.
Right. And the thing that like gets me about it, it's like I can see why he's friends of The Rock because it's the same shit for him every time. Be like a John Cena, a Dave Batista, or something like a wrestler. Do something different. Fuck, man. I'm just like you play the same character in every single thing. A I was about to say the wrong word.
A fast talking.
Right, it's just a scaredy cat type person in every single thing, and yeah, it's nice premise, but no, it was not good.
Okay.
It's something that same thing you've seen before.
Right. All right. So we have another duplicate, guys. For my number 6 top, I have See How They Run. It was a really fun movie. I love a good mystery. I love like a good like star-studded affair as well, you know? And so it was a lot of fun. Parts of it were based in reality, parts. 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 And then my number 6 bottom is Causeway. This has Jennifer Lawrence, who played Katniss from Hunger Games, and also Brian Tyree Henry, Paperboy from Atlanta. And
Oh,
this is one of those movies where at least for me, when I was first getting into like movies like for real, like in the mid to late 2000s, and you know, they'd have all these like independent movies by like this director that's done like nothing, and like stars that are like coming up on the come up. Like Jennifer Lawrence's first big movie was this movie called Winter's Bone, where it's just like kind of slice of lifey, but like there was a kind of interesting tint to it. And this one is like kind of slice of lifey and sort of got a little interesting tint to it, but like you don't like any of the characters. And I think on some degree you're supposed to kind of like the characters a little bit, but it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like also like there's some real delusional shit happening with Jennifer Lawrence. Like she's a soldier and she gets like a brain injury and overseas, and so she comes home and like she's doing the rehabilitation and she thinks that she's gonna be able to re-enlist, and like her whole
mhm.
thing is like, I'm gonna get better so that the doctor assigned the paper so I can go back in. And it's like, you have a brain injury, like your brain leaks and you can't control that. Like
You
what
said
you
leaks.
Yeah, it was leaked. She had sometimes brain leaks, right, Rachel? Or am I adding things?
I don't remember what her injury was exactly,
Or I'm
but
adding things.
I knew it was something that she would not be able to go back and be a soldier with.
It was something to do. Oh, actually, no. I think they said that she didn't have a brain leak, but she should have, or something like that. Because like it was like a very traumatic injury, and also this is a movie, so like she had no scars or
Oh.
nothing. Like I'm like, if you wanted an Oscar, Jennifer Lawrence, you should have let them like monster you.
Right.
But no, like it really sucked.
All right. So my next top worst is Purple Hearts, unfortunately. The movie on Netflix with oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the actress's name. Something with a C.
Oh, from Riverdale, Camilla.
No. It was
Sophia Carson.
she sings and she has really dark hair.
Sophia
and-
Carson.
Was it Sophia?
That's what IMDb saying. She's
Oh
from
yeah,
this.
it
She
is
was in
Sophia Carson.
Descendants.
Oh, her character's name is Cassie. Okay, that's why I was thinking of the C. Anyway, I think it was the most accurate portrayal of type 1 diabetes that I've seen in media. They still had some issues with it, but they did a good job with that. But the two main characters who were supposed to be love interests had like zero chemistry. The there were some problematic comments made throughout the movie that didn't really get resolved. And, you know, so basically the story is this is a marriage of convenience. Sophia Carson's character is marrying this guy so that she can get health insurance for her type 1 diabetes. Because supplies are super expensive, medicine is super expensive, and they have good insurance. And then by the end of it, they're like, okay, this is real. This is going to be a real marriage. And he admits to the fraud of the marriage right when they decide that the marriage is going to be for real because they're in love. And it's just kind of ridiculous.
Was it based off a book?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, not a good ending, and you really need to have the love interest have chemistry for it to work. And then my top best, I have Bullet Train. That's my next top best. The movie with Brad Pitt. It was really good.
Mm-hmm. Also, Purple Hearts is a book.
Good to know.
Will
Book's
you read
probably
it?
better.
Okay. All right,
Right on time, because my next one is top is Bullet Train. I love this movie. You have a bullet train in Japan. You have assassins on board, and Brad Pitt. Well, not just Brad Pitt, but the characters. You got action.
You got
and you got a
Brian
little
Tyree
bit
Henry again.
exactly comedy in there. I love Bullet Train. I watched Bullet Train honestly like 2 days ago again, just because I love
It
that
was so
movie.
good. I bet there's stuff. Did you catch stuff the second time around that you didn't catch the first time?
Yeah, some stuff like my wife didn't watch it the first time with me, so then she
Mhm.
watched it again and she enjoyed it too.
Oh yeah, you should have seen what was that Sandra Bullock movie?
That
Wait.
wasn't that Bullet Train?
No, oh well, yes, but I
Was
mean
any of
the one she did with Channing Tatum at the beginning of the year,
Oh, the
Oh, I did
Lost
watch that.
City?
Lost City,
Yeah, I watched that.
because like they're technically in the same universe.
Oh, they are? I didn't realize they were in the
Well,
same universe.
because Channing Tatum is that character, right?
Oh yeah, they're both in there. Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
same character in both movies.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
he is the same
didn't know
character?
that.
Because he's reading the book with him on the cover.
Oh, I need to go back and watch it. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
All right, what's your
And
bottom?
my bottom is Windfall. It is a movie with Jason, the guy from How I Met Your Mother. I forgot his name. Jason Segel, Lily Collins, Jesse Plemons, and it's basically where this guy breaks into a house and then he wants to keep him hostage for money and stuff. It's silly shit where it just drags on. It's not silly in the sense of like comedy. It's not a comedy. It's supposed to be like serious drama stuff, but it's not good. It's kind of boring actually. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, my number 5 bottom is Fantastic Beasts 3: The Secrets of Dumbledore. This was just not a good movie. Like the first one was like pretty solid, and the second one was fucking terrible, and this one is just not good. And I'm happy that this series is dead. It was a waste of time. What were we doing, guys? What were we doing? My number 5 top is a comic book. It is Supergirl, The Woman of Tomorrow. So how familiar are you guys with Supergirl?
I know that she's like Superman's cousin, right?
Cousin, yeah. I'm sorry for the
Yes.
listeners. I'm doing air quotes.
That's
Yeah,
all I
but-
know. And if I base off the TV show, she like works at like a fashion thing or something. I don't know too much about her.
Okay, so a lot of me. I'm sorry, I cut you off, Rachel. Rachel.
Oh, I was just gonna say I don't really know anything other than the actress that plays her in
The TV show. So like the TV show of her, basically they're like, we have this show called Supergirl, but they basically made her Superman. Like, noble and all this shit. And it's just like Supergirl is not Superman. Like she wants to do good, but also she has a temper. And she wasn't raised on Earth. She wasn't raised in fucking Kansas. Like she looks at people like they're fucking aliens, right? Because they are.
Mhm.
And so it's like she does hold back to an extent, but like she will kill a motherfucker if she has to, but she would
Mhm.
prefer not to. So this book is told not from her perspective, but from another character's, and it has like little captions at the top of narration because this woman's memoir, and it opens like on a planet far, far away where this woman's dad he's murdered on their farm, and she wants to seek revenge on the person that killed her dad. So she goes to a bar to try and hire somebody, and the person that she tries to hire to kill the guy, he tries to rob her. And so Supergirl's there, and this is a planet with a red sun. And she came here because it's her 21st birthday, and she would like to experience what being drunk feels like, because she can't get drunk on Earth because of the yellow sun.
Right.
And so stuff happens, and they find the guy on the planet, and he almost kills Supergirl, and he takes her rocket ship that she flew there with. So like they have to like the next couple months. So it's an 8-issue book, and all those issues of them just trying to get to him, and like they're just seeing like all like the fucking terrible things that happen in the galaxy like firsthand and stuff. And so Supergirl's helping where she can. And it's like she's cursing a lot, like she's foul mouth. It's like people trying to kill her because they're like, oh, well, I can't kill Superman because I'm afraid of him, but I can take you, right? And no, not really. And I don't know. Like it's just like it was a really good lesson at the end where it was like the woman, she finally gets her chance to kill the guy, and like I'm sorry, spoilers, and she can't do it, and she's like, I don't know why I can't kill him. And Supergirl's like, this is why I took you with me, because it's like I told you in the beginning you don't want to go down this path, you didn't want to listen, and so we traveled all this way, and you've seen like just like the very bad things that happen out here, and it's just like vengeance is not the way. And she's like, okay, I get it. I get you. And so like after reading it, you learn like a lot of the things that are said in the captions are bullshit because this is her memoir and she sold the book. But like the things that they actually say to each other have actually did happen. Cause like this adventure happened years ago. Cause like you meet up with the woman at the end, like she's like a teenager at the start, but at the very end, she's an old lady and the book came out. And in the book, she wrote it as Supergirl killed the guy, but she didn't. Like they sent him to the Phantom Zone. And so like they took him out when they're like now like he's like super fucking old and he's like finally like repented. But they didn't put that in there. I don't know. It's just like a really poignant ending. It was it was a really nice read.
All right. So my next worst of 2022 is Hustle, which I think Matt might disagree with me on.
Adam Sandler.
Adam
Yeah.
Sandler, Queen Latifah,
Are you saying this because Adam Sandler's Jewish, Rachel?
basketball
Do
movie.
you have inherent
No,
bias?
I do not. No, I'm saying this is a worst.
Oh, I'm sorry. I put that in the wrong slot. Hold up.
Yeah. I don't think Adam Sandler and Queen Latifah had any chemistry in the movie. I did not believe them as a couple.
Is it because she's gay?
And it could be multiple factors. I don't want to point fingers at any one factor, but it's possible. But and then Adam Sandler was like making fat jokes and stuff, which I thought was kind of not good for this. Like I thought we were past fat jokes. Maybe we're not. I thought we were. I didn't think it was very good or anything new. The The one thing that I might give it is maybe if I knew more about basketball, I would have liked it a little bit better, but I still don't think so.
I mean, the basic rules, right?
I do know the basic rules, which is why I'm like,
That should be
maybe
that should be all you need,
possibly,
right?
but I don't think so. I mean, it was okay. It was nothing new. It wasn't the best. But speaking of one of the best of 2022, my next movie is The Menu. I thought it was really well done. It was really memorable. Like, I think I might have rated some stuff higher than The Menu on Letterboxd, but I picked The Menu over them because I remembered it. Like, it stood out to me over some of these other movies that I had seen. So, I thought it was really good. And that being said, I did give it a pretty high rating in general anyway.
Okay, my next top is The Bear. It is a TV show about a big time chef who has to go home and run his family's business. And the acting is so fucking good in this show. Like, you feel the anger, you feel the annoyance, like everybody act like it's just a great show. Things happen that he has to overcome. He has to teach them certain ways of how he does things versus how they've been doing it. Family squabbles, employee squabbles. It's just a great show all the way around.
Rachel, did you watch that?
Yes. And I agree with Matt that it was really, really good and really well done. And the acting's really good.
Yeah, I know I need to watch that show. And I fancy, I'm something of a The Bear myself. I've been cooking a lot lately, so I've never seen the show, but I relate.
Chef the chef.
All right.
And my bottom, Miss Marvel.
Really?
Really?
Matt hates the youth. He doesn't like Gen Z.
Nah.
I mean, I
Well,
don't think it was the best, but I don't think it was the worst.
with all their TikTok dances and new words making up, I was
You
like,
didn't
I'm
you
about
didn't
to.
like that episode where it's just a whole TikTok?
No, I don't. No. No. It's just no. It just wasn't like, I didn't root for anybody in this show. Like, everybody seemed annoying to me. Cool that they got some diversity in there, but it's just, it was just not good. And these are one of the things where the bad things about having the podcast is where you have to watch this show, because if it was not for this podcast and Marvel, I would have stopped watching it.
That's fair. I mean, hey, it's a dual-edged sword, right? I mean, yes, you had to watch all of Halo and Miss Marvel, but let me scroll up, see what's some other bullshit. What's something we reviewed? All your positives, none of that shit we reviewed. I don't have a point. Please continue.
Oh no, you're up.
Okay, so my number 4 top is Glass Onion. We reviewed it last week. I absolutely loved it. I just like See How They Run. I love a good murder mystery, star-studded. It was smart. There's stuff there for a rewatch. Good stuff. And my number 4 bottom. So honestly, I watched this TV show like 2 weeks ago, and I already forgot about it until I started looking at some stuff. And it is the Hulu original series Kindred season 1. This is the TV adaptation of the book by Octavia Butler. Basically, a woman in modern day, she has this weird condition where she like time travels, but she's Black, and so she time travels to slave times, and that's not fun times, she can bring people with her, bring others or items with her if they're in close enough range to her. And this show has really been touted as like a mini series. And so I'm like, okay, I'm with it. And when we get to the end of the final episode, it ends on a cliffhanger. And it's like, all right, we'll see y'all in season 2. And I'm like, y'all really think y'all not gonna get canceled, huh? It's
What is
not
this
a
on?
good show. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like, yes, I know that, we absolutely hate slave content. But I thought that it would be a little different since like we have like this is like supposed to be like an excellent novel. And I don't doubt that the novel is good because like they took some liberties with the story. Because the novel's set in the 70s and also slave times instead of like now in slave times. And like other little changes that I won't get into. But like they spent too much time, in my opinion, in the past, which I get, like you want to build up those characters and like you want to feel for the slaves, but like there's stuff that was happening in the present that was kind of interesting too, that they think that they're gonna resolve in season 2 when I can promise you this show is getting canceled.
All right, so my number 3 bottom is My Christmas Fiance, the 2022 movie, which we reviewed in the episode with you and Fran. So as far as these kinds of movies go, it still it still wasn't even that good. And
It was bad.
yeah, um it was bad. It was just not good content. And my number 3 best is Everything Everywhere All at Once, which we did review on this podcast as well.
You're really throwing me off by doing the bad ones first, Rachel.
Sorry. Should I elaborate on why that's one of my best? It was just
Yes.
really good. It was new, it was different. It had all these different parts to it, which were really interesting. And even though it was still kind of a generational trauma thing, which we've been seeing a lot of lately, they did it a little differently than some of the other generational trauma movies.
I absolutely love the daughter in that movie, and
Yeah,
I hope all the success for her going forward.
she's on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel too.
You keep telling me I should watch that, and I haven't.
You should.
My top is the movie The Batman.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I really love this version of Batman. There is only one downside to this movie to where I felt that once they captured the Riddler, that should have been the end of the movie.
Nah, man, we have 45 more minutes to go.
Right. And then then this whole other scenario happened. I was like, I
Okay.
could have waited.
Right.
But besides that, I loved everything about this Batman. Yeah, this movie is great. Actually, I watched this earlier this week too. And then my bottom, speaking of slave movies, Emancipation with Will Smith.
Did we talk about that on the show?
No, we talked about it just me and you.
Okay.
Because you were like, well, why did I watch this? That's because I just wanted to see what was going on or whatever, right? So I gave it a shot. I shouldn't have gave it a shot.
Look, man, he had to apologize somehow for what he did, okay?
Right, because the reason why I watched is all this stuff, and he was like, it's different than slave movie, because I don't do slave movies, black trauma movies. But as I'm watching this, it is just another fucking slave movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I don't even want. There's nothing to spoil you. It's a slave movie. You know what's going to happen. So there's nothing really to spoil. But it was just kind of like, why? Like, remember when I told you and I was like, what was the reason that Cardi B meme? Like,
Mhm.
why did they need to? This did not need to be made. It was not good.
He had to apologize. That's why it had to be made.
Right. It's just not a good movie. No bueno.
Go me. My number 3 top is The Menu. It was a fun ride, very interesting, it was different. It wasn't it was a very different jaunt. Fucking who doesn't love Anna Taylor-Joy? She is a literal joy. It was a great movie. And my my number 3 bottom is Jurassic World Dominion. Now, it was very I even before I saw it, I knew I didn't like the Jurassic World movies. But doing that episode with Liz, when each movie got progressively worse, like I got to use every star on the chart on Letterboxd when I was reviewing those movies. In order too. And
It's
so
like the what they do about Game of Thrones, where it's like the first season is like that nice picture of the horse, and then like it
Yeah.
gets worse and worse and worse.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I don't know, man. This movie is just so fucking bad. Like the whole point of the Jurassic World trilogy was like we want to get to a point where dinosaurs are in the world and people have to like live with them. And we get to this third movie where dinosaurs are in the world. And do you know how we spend like the second half of this movie? Did you see it, Matt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I
Okay,
see
so
this? I think so.
audience, do you know how we spend the second half of this movie in another Jurassic Park, essentially? So fuck anything about adventures in the world with dinosaurs. We're going to a new Jurassic Park, and it's like, what are we doing here? Why did you have that last movie where you put them in the world if you were just going to do this?
Right. That's right.
So yeah, it too was what we call bad.
All right. So my number 2 worst is
I
another
appreciate you saying that,
hit. You're welcome.
even though you've been saying it the whole time. I actually heard you for the first time now.
Causeway. I
Oh.
also did not like that movie.
Damn it, Rachel. Why'd you put a duplicate on the board?
I know. I'm sorry. Not really though. It was
I'm trying to
bad.
win.
It was not a good movie. It was just weird. Like you said, she had some kind of distorted thinking that she thought she could, go back into the field and she couldn't, and the whole relationship between her and the other character was kind of strange. Like it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
And my number 2 top is Death on the Nile. It was really good. It was another star-studded murder mystery.
I need to watch that.
Yeah. I feel like I have a theme with my bests of 2022 because so many of them are like
You like
suspense,
murder.
apparently.
But that I will watch it at some point, but man, if that movie has some problematic motherfuckers in it.
Oh, that's fair.
My number 2 top is Reacher on Amazon Prime, the TV show. I love this. I've seen the Tom Cruise movie, did not really care for it, but I love this version of Reacher. And I think also because it was a TV show that you had more time to develop characters and things like that versus a movie. Him doing his thing. I ain't gonna spoil nothing because everything that's on my top list, y'all should just go watch it. Y'all know I ain't gonna lead y'all down the wrong road. But yes, great show. And hold on, let me go back to my list. And my bad. My bad. Avatar 2.
The Way of Water?
Yes. I did a short, brief review of this. Why I did not like this. I think it's just
While you're here, Rachel, what is your review of Matt's review of Avatar: The Way of Water? Because we were in the car together.
I mean, it was pretty accurate. It was too long of a movie. There were some problematic pieces of the plot. I think we were all checking our watches during the movie. So I think it was a pretty I wouldn't put it on my worst list, but
It's a nice in the middle movie. Like you don't
yeah,
even deserve a spot on this list either way.
right. Yeah.
But fair enough. Okay, so my number 2 bottom is Blonde. Like I was big fucking mad on that movie. Like
that's the time. For whatever reason, I called you and you was telling me you was in the middle of watching it.
yeah. It was so random. Like Matt never calls me, and it's like he called me randomly. I was like, I'm watching some bullshit, and this is some bullshit. Like, oh my god. I don't know, man. It's just like, why does this movie hate Marilyn Monroe so fucking much? Like, it's just, I don't even want to put the energy into like being mad again because like I fucking hated this movie. But this is terrible. Shame on them for making this movie. My number 2 bottom is the reason that my thumbs hurt right now. Last week I got Game of the Year nominated God of War Ragnarok from the library, and I fucking pushed and I beat it last night, like a little bit before midnight. And this game's absolutely amazing. Like it picks up a couple months after the end of God of War 2018, and it's just a fucking roller coaster.
This is the one with his son, right?
Yeah, this is the second one with his son. So this is the one that came out like last month.
Oh, okay.
So
I played the first one with his son, not this one. Okay.
Yeah. This one's really good. It's on PS4 also. I highly recommend it. I will say, like, I do find it funny that the game assumes that you 100%ed the last game, because they'll make references like, oh yeah, me and my dad, we completed the trials or whatever the fuck, which was like a side mission. And like he's like, oh yeah, we met Valkyries and fought Valkyries, like all that Valkyrie stuff was side missions and shit. And it's funny because it's like this game makes you backtrack on areas that you completed in the first game. And so like there's places you go and there's like open chests and shit. Like but yeah, like it's just really good. Like there's a bit where at the beginning of the game you kill a bear and then you go about your mission. Like that's like a mini boss. And then you're coming back and then you see that dead bear's body, but her cubs are like by it, and like one's like, pawing at it to try and get her up, and then the other one's like growling at us trying to defend their mom. And it's just like, why are you making me cry, game? And it's like the voice cast, like, Thor's in this one, and he doesn't look like a Chris Hemsworth. He's like a big burly guy, and like I don't know who this voice actor is that they had played Thor, but like that voice, that man's voice, if I hear that, I'm like, that's Thor. Like, forget this Chris Hemsworth shit. If I hear this man's voice, I'm like, okay, I don't know who the fuck this man is. Randomly, the actress that played Doc McStuffins, she's in this game. Cause I'm like, this girl's voice sounds familiar. And I looked up, I'm like, oh, you're Doc McStuffins. Okay. All right. Just go off. All right. But yeah, it's excellent. I highly recommend it. It's so much fun. One last thing. I think it's really cool. I've never played a game like this where like the side missions, the optional missions are like they transition so well that it doesn't feel like you're doing like an optional thing. Like for example, there's a part where you're going to this town and that guy's head that Kratos carries around. They go to this town, and this dude's like, fuck you, dude. And he's like, yeah, that's fair. And then when you're doing stuff, walking and they're talking, he's all like, yeah, so like when I had a body, I did XYZ. And I don't know, if you have time, can we go over here and like fix these things that I did? And it's just like you're doing a side mission, but it feels like you should be doing it,
Right. Right.
So
right.
I've never played a
I
game where
liked
it feels
him.
like that. Yeah, he's good. Like, it's so much stuff in this game. Like it's some twists and turns where you're like, oh shit. Oh, didn't see that coming. It's
Right.
excellent. Like there's a reason that sadly it didn't win Game of the Year, but it's a reason it was nominated for Game of the Year.
So my next two are duplicates again. So my worst, which is probably my actual number one worst movie of 2022, is Blonde. Kind of same reasoning Chad had over there. Just they I had no words for this movie. It was that bad. It just, yeah, I mean, I like Ana de Armas. She's really good, but the movie just,
It wasn't it.
I think I tapped out when she started talking with her fetus.
Yes, her
inside of her.
yes, her unborn child. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That just, I mean, it was bad before then, but that was just like the last straw for me. And
Can I guess your number one?
oh, sure.
Glass Onion.
Yes, Glass
Mhm,
Onion. I
mhm.
really liked it. Another great murder mystery with a star cast. It was so much fun to watch, and Janelle Monáe was so good in it.
I love her so
Um,
much.
Yeah, I was really impressed with her in this movie. And I mean, everyone did a good job, but she did a really, really good job. And it was just, it was fun to watch. It was really good.
I like the way you did that. So let's see. I'm about to skip to my worst first, and my worst is Keep Breathing.
What's that?
It's a show on net. It's a movie on Netflix too, where this lady is trying to get home, and it's all booked up, so she catches a ride with a guy with one of those like small airplanes. It crashes. Then she has to survive in the wood, but then she having flashbacks of her life, and she's not a good person. So it's hard for you to root for her. And even like she has trials and tribulations of trying to survive on this deserted thing. And it's kind of like throughout it's like I'm rooting for her to die in this movie. Because they do flashbacks and she's not a good person.
Oh, wow, that's terrible.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So could you now, since you guessed Rachel's, could you guess my number one?
So my thing is like, how do we even count a triple duplicate? Because you picked Glass Onion also.
I did not.
What? Wait, what? Oh shit. Okay, hold up. You're Matt. Chainsaw Man?
No.
Oh.
That's a great show. Well, it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Oh damn. Okay. Okay. What anime did you pick?
Oh, I didn't pick any anime.
Oh.
It's on my honorable mentions, but once I had to narrow it down, I had to put it on there. But no, everything, everywhere, all at once.
I don't know how I didn't think of that.
I love this movie. I love this movie up and down. It got some crazy stuff in there that you're like, what is going on? But once you catch it, go along for the ride. It's great.
Okay. We got a lot of duplicates here, gang. So my number one least favorite movie is a movie called Master on Netflix on Amazon Prime. It stars Regina Hall, and she works at a college in like the Northeast, like a predominantly white college. It's a horror movie, and like there's like two movies that I can think of off the top of my head that they go from like, this is like out of a 5-star point system, this is a 6 out of 5. Like you are just you're going above and beyond everything I feel like you should be doing in a movie. Like, I'm like, this is like, I really like this movie. Like, this might be one of my favorite movies. And then they start doing stupid shit that is just like quickly plummets it. Like, it's a movie that talks about like race relations in America, race in college, race in jobs, race in academia. And it's got like some horror elements in it. And then at the end, they like, oh, hey, this one character that you thought was black the whole time, we on some Rachel Dolezal shit. And it's like, what? And they do
Oh,
that.
I remember you. I remember you talking about this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they deal with that for like 5 minutes, and then like they do some other stuff and it ends. And it's like, if you didn't, you can cut that out, and the movie is like excellent. Why is this in the movie?
Yeah.
And my number one of the year is Vengeance. And I think that's another duplicate, right?
It is another duplicate. I had that on my list.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like I absolutely loved like everything the movie was saying about like dating nowadays with these apps, like these podcasts, and it's just like how with the dating and like even with true crime podcasts, like how we just have created a scenario in which we don't look at people as humans anymore, like as people, like they're just like props. And like it was just, it had so many like interesting things to say in my opinion, and I absolutely love the movie. All right, so let's
Chad,
go.
we only got one in common. The rest of my stuff is with Rachel.
I guess all my shit's with Rachel too. That's I mean,
Wait,
that's
you two didn't overlap at all?
yeah, we
Just on Halo. But that's it.
Oh, okay.
And then everything else is like the next one is like Matt and you pick Blockbuster, me and you pick See How They Run, Vengeance. You and Matt did Bullet Train, me and you had Causeway, you and Matt had Everything Everywhere at Once, me and you had Blonde, me and you had Glass Onion. Well, that just means I
I
would
was
say me and you are in sync, Matt, but that's not what this means. That's not what this evidence is saying.
I was surprised. I was waiting for you to say the worst one, and you never said it.
I mean, oh wait, no. Honorable mention is good stuff. What's the worst one?
The Man from Toronto.
See, that was I I had to make some cuts. I had to make some cuts. All right. That was on my long list. It was bad. It was bad. But no.
Okay, so how many we get for honorable mentions?
We got 3. Did you write more than 3? If you just no, you wrote
No, I wrote a lot. I wrote a lot for honorable mentions.
All right, just do a rundown.
right.
Okay, hold up. We're gonna stop the game right now. So we're at dupes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is my math right? Can I count, y'all?
I think so.
Matt, you want to double check me?
All right.
You don't trust me to double check your work.
Wait, sorry, triple check me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Wait.
So we all agree with 9. So that means Rachel wins.
9. No, 10.
It's 10?
I forgot to count Glass Onion. Let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. We all lose because I had no idea what a prize would be.
I almost said 8. If Matt had said 7, I would have said 8.
That's fair. That's fair. When we got past like 6, I was like, shit, well, that's so it's over.
I didn't want to play this stupid game anyway.
Right. Fuck y'all. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Matt, just word vomit us.
All right. For best from under movies, under best, honorable mentions, Rachel, Hustle, Emily the Criminal, in Deep Waters.
You like Deep Water?
Deep Water?
Yeah.
With Ana de Armas and Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
That was one of your best.
No, honorable mentions. Yes. Under good.
Almost.
Yes.
So I guess me and Rachel are just too close to the subject matter.
Right? Yeah, it was
But
too close to you. I'm looking from afar, so it was okay for me.
but also that movie was shitty. But okay. All right. What's
right.
your honorable mention worse?
Oh no, that's just movies. Hold on. TV
Oh.
shows. TV shows. Moon Knight. My anime is Spy Family on Hulu, Blackbird on Apple TV Plus, Mo on Netflix, Wednesday on Netflix, Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix, and this one I forgot about it. Almost made the cut. Bel Air on Peacock.
Oh fuck! I forgot about Bel Air.
That's 2022.
It was this
Yep.
year. It was this year.
Yep.
I forgot all about that.
Right.
Shit.
And then I don't have any more for worse, but there was some I started and then I was like, nah, this ain't it. But then you were like, you have to finish it. But those would have been like the Jeffrey Dahmer story,
Oh,
the
Dahmer.
Guardians of Justice on Netflix. It was like a superhero movie.
What?
It was like a superhero movie with DDP. The wrestler it was like a bootleg Justice League. But yes, I didn't finish those, so that's why they're not on there. Those are my honorable mentions. Oh, what are you guys' honorable mentions?
Well, I narrowed mine down to 3 honorable mentions. I did Confess Fletch, which was another movie we reviewed.
I forgot about that. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. I had Don't Worry Darling, the movie, with Harry Styles and Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde and some other people. Yeah. I didn't think it was as confusing as people were saying. I understood it. Like there was like one thing that I was confused on, but otherwise I thought it was really interesting and had an
Mhm.
interesting message. And then I had The Recruit, the TV show on Netflix that I just finished yesterday. It was really, really good. There were a couple things at the end that I
I
didn't.
forgot all about that, and I was raving about that. I
And
forgot about the
you saw it like
Recruit.
last week.
Right, I finished it last week too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, if I could have more than 3 honorable mentions, I would, but
I mean, Matt did a fucking Spitfire, so like just Towel.
well, I'll keep mine at 3. It's my lucky number anyway.
Fair enough. Worst?
So I technically only had 1 honorable mention for worst, and it wasn't a movie that came out in 2022.
Okay, but it was a movie you saw this year.
Yes. The Eternals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
not
was
good.
another too long movie, another movie where the chemistry could have been better between the cast members. I mean, I thought it could have been a really cool movie, but it just wasn't.
That's fair. So my honorable mention, good ones. I'm just gonna Spitfire, Bullet Train, Prey, The Fablemans. That's that Steven Spielberg movie. Pretty good shit. The Batman, Not Okay. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. That was fun. Lost City, and also Turning Red. Fun stuff. Some of my least favorite ones, Halloween Ends, Kimmy, that's that one with what's Lisa Bonet's daughter name?
Zoe Kravitz?
Yes.
Oh, I remember you talking about that one.
I did put The Man from Toronto on my honorable mentions for worse. Deep Water, and also Green Lantern Beware My Power. That's the one that stars Jon Stewart, and it's an animated movie and it is quite bad. But yeah, so this was fun. This is a little bit more organized than last year. So
Yes.
we're getting better. So looking forward into 2023, what is some stuff that you guys are looking forward to? Whether it be books, movies, TV shows, video games, what have you?
All right. I wrote down all of mine are movies, and all of these, I watched a trailer for it. So I guess I can go last because I have 10.
Rachel?
I didn't have anything specific written down. I know there's another Star Trek movie coming out that I'm looking forward to.
There is?
When I was looking at movies for 2023, it said there was another Star Trek coming out.
I'm not arguing with you. I just didn't hear it. All right, cool.
Yeah, some TV shows that are gonna come out. I think Bridgerton's gonna have another season. And then I'm kind of cautiously optimistic about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Because of somebody in the cast being an anti-vaxxer?
Well, and just also the way things have gone with
Yeah.
Marvel stuff. I've liked the other 2 Ant-Man movies, so I'm hoping that I'll like this one too, but I could see them kind of messing it up a little bit.
I get you.
Um,
I get that.
Yeah, and I'm really interested in the Barbie movie. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like a great movie, but I'm like really curious about it.
So my most anticipated movie of 2023 is the Mario movie. I cannot fucking wait for that movie to come out. I will be there opening night. I cannot wait. Breath of the Wild 2 on Switch, Indiana Jones 5, Ant-Man 3, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Yellow Jacket season 2. I forgot to put that on my honorable mentions. But like I absolutely love the first season. The second season comes out in March. I'm interested to see what this Barbie movie is, and also I want to see what happens in Dune 2. What are we doing here, guys? Our girl Florence Pugh's in it. What's going on? All right, Matt. What's up? What's your big list?
All right, number 1, of course, is the Super Mario Brothers movie. Number 2 is, I wish I thought of this movie, is Megan.
That shit comes out next week. And I was like,
Right.
I kind of want to see it, but I don't know.
I was like, this is just a updated version of Chucky. I was like, I should have thought of this. This is something that's right up my alley. Okay, number 3, Cocaine Bear. Now, I knew this story like years ago, that this bear was like ate this cocaine and he was like the most predator person, and I'm so happy they're making a movie about this. Shazam! Fury of Gods, John Wick Chapter 4, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Creed 3, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and of course, like we all said, Barbie. I'm intrigued on what they're going to do with Barbie. So
I'm so surprised this is on your list.
Me too.
Yeah, I want to know what's going on with this
Man,
Barbie.
we might have to pull an Avatar and Black Panther and like have that episode out day of. We might have to do
Right. Right.
We need another girl.
Balance it out.
Yeah. Because I never played. Well, adjacent. Like I hung out with like my cousin Vera, and she's like, oh yeah, play with Ken. We're playing with dolls now. But
I mean, I get my sister on there because I remember she had Barbies, and that's how I learned how to braid hair, is braiding hair on Barbies.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, thank you so much. Well, thank you so much, Rachel, for hopping on with us. And
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Please rate, like, and review our podcast on your platform of choice. If you have any feedback, please email us at weusedtotalkpod@gmail.com. Like our Facebook page at We Used to Talk About This at Work. And follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at We Used to Talk Pod.
And like always, I don't know if this was a good episode. I don't know if it was a bad episode. But whatever you think about it, talk about it at work. Thank you for listening. Happy New Year.
Happy